Um, I don't think we have to. Well, I guess we do for the free tier. But yeah, welcome everybody to another episode of Clock Radio Speakers. I'm your co-host Armand. You can follow me on Twitter at Armand Wake Up, ARMOND Wake Up, all one word. More important than that, please, 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 please follow the official Clock Radio Speakers Twitter handle, which is at CRS Podcast. We are also that on Instagram, Facebook.com/Clock Radio Speakers. All previous 300, almost 400 some odd episodes are available on clockradiospeakers.com. No longer powered by Tumblr, but they're available everywhere you get podcasts, except for you know where and you know why. And Doc is in the building.
Yes, sir.
You can see us now, kind of.
I'm sorry, you caught me making last minute adjustments. Oh no.
No, you're good.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Follow me on Twitter if you want, at Doc_Beats, S not a Z. Same on Instagram. Or like Armand said, just follow the show for all things. Go to clockradiospeakers.com, follow us at CRS Podcast, and hopefully if you haven't already done so, you hear this little snippet or whatever part we put out, and you say to yourselves, this is a show I want to support. You go to patreon.com/CRS Podcast, where we are putting more and more and more content. So yeah, man.
Big facts, as the youth say.
As the youth say.
So is there anything that we need to talk about before we get right to what we need to get to?
I mean, we talked a little bit about some things on the Patreon exclusive pre-show,
Mm-hmm.
right? We talked about Cardi's single, started going off in all sorts of other directions.
Yeah.
Is there anything else going on?
All right, we got an old man bag about COVID.
Yeah.
No, not really. I mean, you know, Coming to America 2 is coming out. Oh, they're coming out with a soundtrack.
Oh, hold on.
The Coming to America soundtrack. Just hold on before you look it up. Did you already look it up?
No.
Okay, take a guess of who is what record label is putting the soundtrack out. Just take a guess.
Def Jam?
Man, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Because Rick Ross is on the soundtrack, I bet.
Okay, so the first single is by somebody named Bobby Sessions and Megan Thee Stallion. The song is called "I'm a King."
Bobby Sessions.
This is Bobby Sessions.
That's not
He just
Come on.
it just sounds like yeah, you write songs for other people. Doesn't say who else is on the soundtrack. It just says here's the single. It comes out on Monday.
Oh, so Bobby Sessions co-wrote Savage. There you go.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. So Def Jam was like, here's the deal.
Yep. We'll get you a look on the first single of the Coming to America soundtrack.
Yeah, I can't find a track list yet, but I don't know. It just felt like Def Jam would do that.
You know, didn't Def Jam put out the Nutty Professor soundtrack?
They did. I was gonna say, 1996. I don't know if it's peak soundtrack, but it's definitely in that peak.
It's in the era.
Soundtracks, they don't really mean much anything anymore, but they were a really good way. Obviously, like, but it was funny because I was listening to a number of them, right? And it's like you can very clearly see like some of it is whatever label or crew was responsible for the soundtrack. They had to get some of their like new people some shine, you know. So Def Jam always wanted to do soundtracks because they had Def Jam and they had just started Def Soul for their R&B people, right?
Yes.
So like they need to give Case the Foxy Brown hookup, right?
Yep.
You know, they need to they're going to like, oh, since we're Def Jam, we can pair Montel Jordan with Slick Rick, right? Like they can do all that kind of stuff. But then you know, they're also basically going to all these like different like big name artists. And sometimes, you know, you look out and you get like a little sneak preview of something that's coming for the next project, right? Like Winter Wars ends up on the Don't Be a Menace soundtrack.
Yep.
But sometimes you get like, oh, this didn't make the cut. You know what I mean? Like this is just kind of like the throwaway stuff.
For sure.
And I felt like Almighty RSO had to be in there some way because, you know, they had to pay the source off.
Look at all these soundtracks that came out in 96. That
you got a list?
It would, because what would happen is sometimes it would be that, but sometimes you would have the one single that maybe the label had, and then the rest would just be stuff. It wouldn't be good at all. So like, let's look at the Eddie soundtrack.
Okay.
You remember Eddie with
I think so.
where Whoopi Goldberg was the coach of the New York Knicks?
Okay, I do. Oh, wait.
So
It's all the way live.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
that's the single. Now I'm looking at the soundtrack and I see that well, first of all, shout Sporty or no, it's 40 Thieves, not Sporty Thieves. I see Luke Scarred is on here. That's a record that we'll be talking about a little later. But it's clearly a bunch of who and what. I mean, oh, tell Drew Hill Tell Me is on here for whatever reason. Who does this soundtrack? Holly, okay, Island. There it is. Island Def Jam. So there you go. But sometimes that would happen too. But if you have okay, so soundtracks from '96, Eddie, Bulletproof, Scream, Independence Day, Set It Off,
Space Jam.
Space Jam, High School High,
Yeah.
Nutty Professor. See what else? Anything
You
else?
said Set It Off.
I did say Set It Off. I'm still looking. I mean, not hip hop, but That Thing You Do.
I know that's your favorite movie.
I've never seen that
You've
movie
never seen
before
That
in
Thing
my
You
life.
Do?
Never,
Come on, man. That's
never.
90s Hanks. You got to watch That Thing You Do.
Nah, I haven't seen it. Sunset Park. That's the other one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Sunset Park. We'll be talking about that a little later too. So today's show, we are going to be doing a definitive 15 on a year that many consider is the greatest year in hip hop history. Many people look at, honestly, when I hear people talk about great years in hip hop,
Yeah.
2 years immediately come out of people's mouths.
Yeah.
1988,
Mm-hmm.
1996.
Yeah.
So today we're going to do a definitive 15. We're going to attempt to do a definitive 15
On
on
1996.
1996.
We have a new rule this time for those of you who've heard our previous definitive 15s. So we learned from the 2001 definitive 15. I don't even we even put that out yet. We put that out yet? I can't remember.
Nah, we didn't put it. Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So the 2001 definitive 15 was we learned our lesson the hard way that once R&B and hip hop started merging together, if you try to include R&B records, it becomes ridiculous. And then you have the other problem, which is, well, some artists have huge years, and how can you leave them off? And there's a couple artists on here where I can't believe we're not giving them multiple songs. But we made a rule this time. We're going to try it out. One song per artist.
I should have texted you
Oh, no.
and offered one. No. Offered one piece of context.
Uh-huh.
The same artist can have multiple songs in our honorable mentions.
Oh, yeah, that's not really a problem.
Okay.
I abandoned, after the 15, I abandoned ship.
Okay, cool. Shout out to Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, I was going to
Someone
see
we'll
what I
be
did
talking
there.
about.
See what I did there.
Yes. Yeah, so only one song. And for me, because my 2001 list, I did two definitive 15s. With this one, I said, no, Armand. You're going to do one.
One.
And my goal was to represent as much of what was going on in 1996 as humanly possible in my 15.
Sure.
So there are certain, as my kids are getting older, and my son in particular, no, both of them are, they're asking lots of questions about music the years that I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important for you to have, when he asked me about Nas this summer, I wasn't going to go play I Gave You Power for him. Not off the bat.
That's not song one.
That's not song one. I eased him in, I played him I Can. And then if he liked that, that's
Right.
an easy song to get into for an 11-year-old.
Sure.
And then as he was like, oh, then you play him If I Ruled the World. Then you
Sure.
play, I Gave You Power is maybe like track 6. Like, hey, have you ever heard a story? You ever heard a rapper tell a
Right.
story before? This is a really interesting story. So my list is definitely like, if we were to put this, and this changes every time. If I was to put all this stuff in like a treasure chest and bury it deep in the
Yeah.
sand, what time capsule?
Mm-hmm.
What would I want my kids to know about 1996? And my list represents that for sure.
Okay.
It includes songs that I don't necessarily like, but made the year what it was.
Okay. I'm curious to see where this goes.
Yeah. So it's hip hop and R&B because that was really hard.
I thought we weren't doing R&B.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing R&B.
All right, my list might. Okay, we're gonna figure this out.
All right. Okay. So from now on, R&B, hip hop and R&B is
Oh
always a
man.
go. One list, one song per artist. Honorable mentions, anything goes. Shout to Razcast. Another artist we'll be talking about a little later.
I mean, sort of.
One artist we'll be mentioning.
Sorry, I'm quickly rattling off all the R&B records.
Oh shoot.
Because 96 is for me. 96 is that's eighth grade dance time. This
For
is
sure.
peak slow jam
For sure.
for
Yep.
Doc. It was
Yeah,
a lot of records here.
for sure. Okay. So while you're doing that, do
Yeah.
you just wanna get into it?
I mean, oh my god. Well, so now I feel like my list is not good. So I don't really
Do
know what to
you
do.
do you want me to start?
Yeah. So you could start, and then we're just gonna maybe try to figure this out as we go.
All right, so I'll do a hip hop record, just so you can,
I'm
you
good.
know.
I'm good. I think I've
Okay.
got most of the ones I would include. I think.
Okay. Well, I'll
I
just go down.
Yeah. I can move
Okay.
pretty quickly.
Okay. I'll go down my list. I won't do a hip hop record then. So this song, and now you got me nervous too because I was definitely including songs that I absolutely was certain were going to be on my list. I looked
Okay.
and saw, oh man, that's not a single until 1997. That's
I
the other thing.
mean, that tripped me up once or twice. But then the
Mhm.
revert, the opposite, I was like, oh, albums released late 95 with singles in 96. Yeah.
Yep. That was a little harder for me to track. I'm not
Mm.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
That was a little
There's
harder for
there's
me to
one
track.
in particular that I wanted to double check on, and that's got to
Okay.
be on the list. So let's
Okay.
try to let's try to make this work.
Okay. All right. So first song. First time you hear this song, I feel like this has been on a Definitive 15 before. Have we done one on Timbaland? We have, right?
Yes.
Okay. First time I heard this song, my response was, "What the heck is this?"
Right.
I don't know what kind of noises Timbaland was doing. It sounds like somebody's belching,
Hmm.
and he just threw drums over it.
Yeah.
And it's a classic. I mean, you want to talk about songs they weren't playing at eighth grade dances.
Oh, they played this at the eighth grade dance
Oh
for
wow,
sure.
they didn't play this for us. They should have though. And it is a Genuine Pony.
You're they didn't let y'all like put in requests.
No, we would any. Of course, I would. I want them to play B sides.
I definitely forced them to play the primo remix of Lady at my eighth grade.
Like yo,
That's peak Doc right there.
that's peak Doc. So yeah, Genuine Pony. When does that come out? That comes out,
I want to say August of '96. It's right in that.
yes, August 20th, 1996, according to Wikipedia. We still need to make a bingo board.
Mm,
But yeah,
Wikipedia's on it. Yeah, no, Pony's incredible.
yep.
If I were making a combined list, I think that's got to go on there. But I think you're gonna run into a problem because there's so much to do in so much to talk about in '96. How many
Mhm.
slots can you give Tim?
I gave him one more.
Okay, I mean, considering everything else on the board, I hear you, but that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, but the other song that I give her, hold on, the other song, sorry, her, the other song that I give him,
Uh huh.
he needed to have.
Yeah.
It needed to be there. So, okay, all right, cool. Yep, I'm good. I'm good with that. So, Pony's absolutely on my list.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think that would be on my combined list. I
But
think it's got to be.
are you adding that?
I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this in real time. I think I can. Yeah. All right. Give me like 2 seconds here.
Okay.
So I got to remove. People are getting bumped down to the list. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah. You know, my honorable mentions are so crazy.
Oh, yeah.
my honorable mentions are like there are songs I'm like, yo, I'm really putting this as an honorable mention.
Yeah, it's
They're amazing songs, but I'm like, it's not particularly in R&B, honestly. R&B in 96 is ridiculous. So, I don't know. You want me to do another one?
yeah, do another one.
Okay. All right. Second one on my list. Another R&B song. Timeless. Um, Hilarious.
Hmm.
Thought this song actually came out in like 94, 95, but upon research, it came out in 96.
Hmm.
If you don't know all the words to this song, even mumbling through the verse because he's incoherent at certain parts, but if you at least don't know the bridge and the hook, there's something wrong with you. And that's Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if that's on my list.
It's got to at least be an honorable mention.
I mean, it should have been. I'm adding it right now.
I
You know, that's a
s-
that's a so right. Sorry, go ahead. You were saying
no, you got it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
that's a song that feels older than '96
Exactly. Exactly.
for
I could
sure.
have swore it was 94 and I stumbled upon a 96 playlist and it was on there. I did research and I was like, oh my God, this came out in 96. I could have swore that came out in 94, 95.
Okay, I'm good. My list is good now. I just had to
Okay,
add a couple. I got a lot of R&B honorable mentions, but we're good. I think I'm
for sure.
comfortable with this. Return
Okay.
of the Mac, man, who produced that? I don't really know much about that song.
Probably Mark Morrison.
Let's see. Yeah, he did.
See? See?
Oh man.
Yeah, wow.
You know
It
what was?
actually it says it didn't come out until February of 97 in the States. There's no way that came out in early 97.
Yeah, I think it might have, but it's
There's
one of.
no
Yeah, that sounds right actually. Oh, Angie Brown did backup vocals on it. What do you know?
That's crazy. There's no way that's 97. I'm just realizing it sampled Games by Chucky Booker. Of course it did.
Oh, well, so let's talk about. Hold on. One thing that is was fascinating to me about going back and listening to this music. First of all, as with all the older music, going back and listening to good quality with better headphones. Some songs you're like, yeah, and some songs you're like, wait, what are they doing?
Yeah.
And um, but I realized there's some songs I was listening to and I was like, I can see in real time and like in my I can visualize. I was like, oh right, they took they took this famous hip hop drum
Hmm.
loop. I can hear the sub bass come in. Oh look, on the chorus they're bringing the melody in. Like
Hmm.
Montel Jordan, I like, right? When I heard that,
Hmm.
I was like, I could see it's something that I never thought about when I heard this in 1996. But now I listen to it and I'm like, oh, that plus that equals song. And I was like,
Hmm.
man, is that how my parents, when I was playing them my music, they were like, well, yeah, this is just old plus old equals new, you
Yeah.
know?
Yep.
But hearing now, I was like, oh, and it's same for you. Like you listen to Return of the Mac now, and you're like, oh, all right,
Yep.
all right, all right,
Yep. 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 Yep.
okay.
It came out in the United Kingdom, and I want to go to London, so I'm keeping it on my list.
You just got back your Euro Amand.
Euro, it's passports from London. It's Euro J. Oh my God, Euro J. All right, whatever.
Okay, so you have two Pony Return of
Hmm.
the Mac.
Yep,
Pony would definitely be in my 15. Got to be on there. I didn't give that song enough love. Revolutionary in every possible way.
for sure.
Timbaland in '96, right? Um, Seemingly kind of out of nowhere, but secretly had been kind of like putting in work with Devontae Swing, and all of a sudden you're just like, I'm sorry, huh? What?
Yep,
Who?
yep,
How?
yep.
It was crazy, crazy.
And we just talked about Devontae on the Tupac episode.
Which hasn't. Well, by the time people hear this, they will have heard that.
Yeah,
And yeah, I mean, so you know, obviously that's Timbo on the drums for No More Pain.
on the pain.
But
Yeah, I meant to say, I wonder if the hook to No More Pain was ever taken as a diss.
I don't think so, right? Because Meth is on the album as well.
Oh, he's not.
Method Man is on Got My Mind Made Up.
Is no, it is Red and Meth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. My bad.
It's early.
It's early. It's Sunday. I kind of like these Sunday morning episodes, but it is early. Yeah, my bad. I was just thinking because that would have been a diss back then. If you say I came to bring the pain and the
Right.
song is called No More Pain,
Mm.
like back then that would be a subliminal.
I mean, much like how you and I didn't realize till much later, Big puts out Who Shot Ya, and LL Cool J puts out I Shot Ya.
Mm-hmm.
And we never connected that.
Mm-hmm. Never connected it until
Never
somebody else
connected it.
said something. Yep. 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 Okay.
All right.
Give me another one because
All
so
right.
we can tally.
Okay. I'm gonna take. There's some obvious ones. I just want to get them off the board. This
Okay,
has to
let's
be
do it.
on your list. It was the
Okay.
biggest hip hop. I think this has got to be the biggest hip hop record in 1996. It's
Okay.
the biggest record of this group's career.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about Bone Thugs and Crossroads.
Yeah, it's on my list.
It has
It's on
to
my
be.
list.
It has to
It's on
be.
my list.
96 for Bone Thugs. They don't even official because East is it? Yeah.
He's 99 Eternal.
East 99 Eternal comes out 94,
95. 95.
95,
Yep.
and so they sort of run through those singles. Were there any singles off that kind of bled
Yeah,
into 96?
first of the no, because I just looked them up. So they had first of the month.
Yeah, and then
They had another single. Hold on. Oh, East 1999 was a single, but
yeah,
sure.
but I mean, so Crossroads is technically it's a remix. The version we're talking about is a remix that didn't
Hmm.
get added to the album until much later.
Hmm.
It, I mean, to say it dominated it is putting it mildly.
Understatement.
You could not escape. You cannot escape this record, and you could not escape Bone Thugs in '96.
You couldn't escape the video.
The video was everywhere, but then they had kind of like, I want to say softened their sound, but they figured out another lane for Bone Thugs. Like first of the
Hmm.
month in 1995 was only going to get you so far,
It's a good urban single.
right?
Yeah.
But first with Crossroads, and then with a record that for me is an honorable mention, and that's Days of Our Lives. They
Yes.
figure out this. I mean, because they're changing up what they're sampling.
That's
Right?
my
Oh, Bone
favorite Bone
Thugs over. We got some '80s R&B. We could do this. They flipped it. They flipped the
They
formula around.
they put much more emphasis on their singing.
Yeah,
Because if you listen to the earlier stuff, I mean, first of the month is kind of like wink, wink, not nudge, nudge. We can single it, we can harmonize. But if you look at their earlier singles, I mean, even no Thuggish Ruggish Bone. There's a girl on the hook. For the Love of Money, there's a girl on the
for the
hook.
love of money. Yeah.
So they don't and I think that's in their style. There's melody in their style, but I think Days of Our Lives, and I'm sure there's something before that somebody will correct me on, but Days of Our Lives is the first time where they are really going overt. Or I'm sorry, the Crossroads is the first
Yeah.
time where they're going really overt with the melody, for sure.
One of the great '90s videos. One of the great '90s videos intros.
Yeah, when
Has
they're in
anybody
the
ever
church.
sampled them? That's in it. That'd be an interesting
What?
sample.
Oh, Mary, don't you? Where they're
Yeah, yeah,
singing, "Oh,
like
Mary,
that
don't you weep"
version.
at the
Yeah.
beginning? Nah,
Um, but no,
they had a
Crossroads.
they had a
Yeah,
classic. Do you remember when they performed it at the MTV Video Music Awards?
I don't.
Yeah, it was like that was yeah. I mean, MTV had to give them that space because MTV was playing that video every 10 minutes.
Oh, like crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So okay. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Crossroads has to be on there.
Yep. I'm with it.
Okay, let me do one more. Where do I want to go? Let's have the Fuji's conversation.
Okay.
They have three huge singles in
They do.
1996.
Yep. They destroy 96.
The huge, just incredible year for the Fugees. Obviously, Lauren's the breakout, right? So, like,
Yep.
the real question is, am I choosing Killing Me Softly or am I choosing Fuji La? Because both of those are better than, no disrespect to Ready or Not. Ready or Not's cool. It's good, really good. But, like,
People love Ready or
I know
Not.
they do.
They really do. I've never
Um,
been crazy about that song.
um,
Um,
the video for that is definitely when Columbia was like, "You need money?
yeah. Oh, you just why didn't you ask?
We would have. How much you need? And more importantly, Is Lauren okay with this? We want to keep
Right.
Lauren happy.
Is Lauren happy? Hmm.
I,
Okay.
but when I first made the list, I was like, well, I think it was strictly hip hop. I was like, well, Fujila, right? But Killing Me Softly, and it is that perfect. It is like it is what almost to a point where like once we now I mean once the culture and everybody kind of figured out, especially for East Coast hip hop, although really Dre was and G Funk was sort of setting the stage for this on the West Coast. But once the East Coast realized, oh, if you sing over a hip hop beat, the sky is the limit,
Blend tapes.
right? And
Blend
so
tapes.
I think it has to be Killing Me Softly.
Yep. On my list.
Um, it's the
On
song.
my
I
list.
mean, like, because Lauren can rap,
Of
right?
course.
Lauren's the best rapper in the Fugees. She's also
That's
the
not
best
saying
singer in the Fugees,
say
right?
that's like saying Michael Jordan is the best player on the Bulls.
Well, I mean, Wyclef, at least doesn't embarrass himself. But then when Praz starts rapping, it's you Godish. It's like it's really like I was almost waiting like, are they gonna have to drop the beat out for him to catch up? Like, it was
At,
bad.
at least you God has the mystery of chess boxing. At least he has Shershay Lagos. Like you God has moments.
He does.
Praz has no moments.
Come on,
No. He
Electric
has
Avenues.
funny. I say he has funny moments. Blue Angels, and all that. Yes, but it's so funny. Think about it, Doc. And you guys can go back. I mean, I'm sure many of you have heard our Fuji retro, but if not, go to clockradiospeakers.com. Check out our Fuji's retrospective. It's one of the funnier episodes. But if you like the Fugees, I suggest you don't listen to it.
Hey.
The Fugees are so big
Yeah.
based off of these three singles. Think about it. Lauren's solo career is last. Wyclef, I believe, is first.
He's 97.
Praz is after him.
No, I think Praz.
When Ghetto Superstar is 97, right? Early 98.
Give me a sec. I'll tell you.
Because Miseducation doesn't come out until September of 98.
So Ghetto Superstar is summer of 98.
Okay.
But the album
So then when does Doo-Wop come out?
Doo-Wop is summer fall of 98. It's all right at the same. It's all right
All
at
at the
that
same
time.
time.
Yeah.
Okay. The group is so big, Praz gets a run.
I mean, Avenues, right? Gets a video.
Avenues. I mean, Ghetto. I mean, like we're understating, and I don't remember what we said on the show. I mean, I'm sure we gave it its flowers, but Ghetto Superstar is a humongous record. It
Huge
launches three careers. Praz, Maya gives Maya a lot of credibility, gets her, and then it takes ODB to another place too.
It does.
So wasn't never mind. I was like, wasn't Cannabis? No, but that was the MTV Awards where they performed. I think they performed Gone to November and Ghetto Superstar like together, right?
Wasn't he in Silver? Wasn't somebody in Silver Paint?
That was Cannabis, and he almost no, and I think it was ODB almost like walked into the pyro, and Praz like pulled him out at the last second. But no. Fuji La, the beat is amazing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
The beat is crazy. The video was classic. Watching that video back was a lot of fun, but so was Killing Me Softly.
Yeah.
Them in the movie theater. I forgot what movie they were watching, but yeah, it's got to be Killing Me Softly.
Got to be Killing Me Softly. Yeah.
Has to be.